Yeah.
You know what Italians call the fake Italians? They call them Giorgio Nomani.
Really?
It's a
Giorgio
Giorgio
Nomani.
Nomani.
Nice. So
I
how
mean,
was
I
you?
longed this morning. Did you join?
Oh yeah, I joined. I'm still another long. I did not take that long because I'm already into one, but I'm waiting for the retracement to open up my secondary long. So I'm trying the 4 hours. I was very eager to take that one. To be honest, to follow the lead in that one, it played out fantastic, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. That was a good entry this morning. And we went to Valhalla. I mean, nice to be on the right side. I know some people in my live stream this morning were saying, "Oh, go short." We could talk about that. We can also talk about how to get in on an uptrend if you want. It's very useful, especially when it's running away from you and you feel like, "Oh, I'll never get in this trade. I got the FOMO." There's a safe way to do it. Okay, we just tapped the 91,000 target here, which is a big old high we got over here. So we just tapped the high over here. Let me zoom out a bit here for you friendly people. So we are currently tapping the lows. Woo-hoo-hoo. OC. I think Piper can stay on vacation. He can stay on I'm gonna call him today actually and say, "Hey man, do you mind staying on vacation?" So we have liquidity in the highs here, right? So you can see here, I got my little liquidity bubble. So we are currently up to this high right here. So we have a big rejection one. Look at the negative. Look how bearish this one is, OC. I don't think I've ever seen one 94 bearish. That's a that's a very bearish liquidity zone. And we are approaching that now. Okay, so a magical push. Sweeping the high, getting up here. Amazing. Now, a lot of you may be like, "Oh man, I missed the move. I missed the move." And that's okay. There's always going to be more moves, and there's always an opportunity to re-enter. Now, my idea is if we are going to come back down, it would be to retest this area here. Okay, so this would be my buy area that I'm looking for. Just revisit those highs. If we're looking at our value areas, obviously we're out of our value area high right now. So if we go from just generally over here and across, that would be a nice retest of our value area high as well. Okay, so if we come back in here and we look for that, or we correct and then we go for that. But I'm not expecting up only. I mean, 94,000 is going to be the big one. Okay, when we look here. If we look over here and we pull the volume for this entirety, okay, so we'll go all the way across here. And we can see we got a bunch of volume nipples in here. So look at this. This is the barrier to entry right here. Okay, you can see that's where the big juicy booby populates here. And we have a beautiful support level now in here. And then obviously that horrible range at 84,000 that we finally got out of. So if we come back down and retest this volume node in here, which is the previous highs, okay? So that's that 87, 88,000 area. Okay. Then we're going to, I think this takes a couple of attempts. You know what I mean? Like you can see in here, how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whee! Okay. So 9 they're knocking on the door, It's like, how many times did they knock on the door to break through here, right? To drop. So you can expect a very similar thing if we are to get out. Okay, so up only. Okay. However, when we're overextended, and we've done this because I know OC is probably going to talk about Wyckoff in the spring consolidation. Spring, we typically look for another consolidation, which can be our ABC, right? And then go. But then remember that, okay? But we're back, baby. We're back. So, how to get on an uptrend? How does Alex do it? So, let me show you my secrets, because I guess that's what I'm here to teach you guys, is all my secrets. Unless OC wants to share his charts first. I'll show you my secrets after.
Of course. Let's do that. Give me just 1 second. I'm just looking for the right section here. All right, perfect. Got it. So you're not wrong about me showing Wyckoff. Because that's what we've been kind of just looking throughout what I've been trading, right? Let me go first and start sharing my screen. Remember, sometimes it kicks me out of Discord, so we'll see how that plays out today, right? It didn't, so perfect. I want to do a little bit of a recap here, which is on Wednesday the 16th, all right? Wednesday the 16th, we jumped into our last long, right all the way down here. And we marked the topping here, where there's the median of the Brownian wedge, right, for a possible target of this area. Also, we marked the previous highs, and we drew a line to be taking some profit somewhere around those areas. That will be depending on your oscillator, right, on our oscillator. How are we doing right now? Well, then, we are on the median, right? This was our last entry right in here. In fact, we have it marked right here. Let's see. Let's just give it a second. There we go. Our first long, our first taking profit, our second long, our second taking profit. Take us out, re-enter, weekend, play it out to the zone that we were expecting. All right. I did took out first some. I close a position. I close this position. I close it here. This one right there, it is currently a quarter of a position, and I keep open it. All right, so I keep it open, and right now it's making me as much as this one was. All right, and I'm gonna keep it open because this is a very well position. I'm not gonna be trying to take it unless we break back inside the inner range, which is this inner range. So unless we start jumping back into that range, I'm not gonna be taking it, because we could very much be on an early breakout retest. All right, so what's gonna be my next reentry is going to be, and let's go to a cleaner chart so we can do some new doodling. And this was yesterday, by the way, when we were talking about the inverted head and shoulders, the breakout. There we go. So there was your secondary option for a reentry. If you did not enter here, we were expecting maybe that pullback, which I was expecting a little bit lower, but still we had it. And then off we go. All right, let me clean this up for now. And for me, I want to see the breakout that we already have, the retest, right, somewhere in between my trend line here, and let me bring my indicators up. This other trend line, which is somewhere at the same zone. Where is it? I had there we go, predictive range. And finally, oh, where was it? I guess it's not showing right now. Well, this one here. All right, perfect. That's it. That's the confluence I got. All right, so it's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. I'm looking for a retest, possible entry right here or right there. I want to see first a flip of the ribbon. All right, something like that. Flip of the ribbon to the downside. I want to see it right in here. Somewhere between 92,100 or 92,200 to 93,400. I want to see that retracement playing out on those zones. So my next retracement is not as high, and then I can jump back into these areas for my next reentry. Remember, this long is still open. This long I took it here, and this other long I took it right there. So I'm looking to compensate this long that I took in here to open it in here. Why? Because this one here is a USDC long, and this one and this one are or were a USDT long. So what I want to do, it is re-enter, because right now I'm out of entries. So I'm standing with a lot of USDT, no entry so far. And the one that I want to place, it's somewhere around this area. To jump into this zone and then continue upwards. Guys, I know, like, all the way down here, I do remember where we were in this class, right? Talking about, hey, I think that we need to sweep the lows, right? We did it. We went up, and then we said, you know what? Maybe at least going down to this area, but better yet, a double bottom might be playing out, right? That's what I wanted to see, right? So as I was bullish right down here, I need to be bearish up here, all right? So it's not that I'm bearish that I wanted to go downwards, but at the end of it all, and let me just bring this chart, at the end of it all, we are on a resistance zone, all right? If I zoom out in this chart, we've been following this chart almost to the T, all right? The only anomaly, it is this pump right there, right? But also, I would like to see breakout retest maybe on the trend line, and then breakout retest on the channel, and off we go. So this is what I would love to see, to what? To maybe start thinking that we can hit newer higher highs. If we don't, and the economy is not as strong as we would like to, this could be a sucker rally, right? This could be a fake out, and we could be looking at something like this. Breakout retest, off we go, dead cat bouncing here, and then say goodbye, because we're going to be hitting the 60Ks. So I want that shakeout. I want, and don't get me wrong, guys, but I want to see people hurting at this point. Not because I enjoy it, but because that's what defines usually a big rally to the upside, right? Everybody's bearish. When everybody is bearish, well, they pump it. Everybody's bullish, and when everybody's just so bullish, they dump it. And finally, when there's no one around, the market just takes its own path and keep pushing forward, all right? So again, you already know my entry points, right? I want to see a rejection in here, and my first possible entry is going to be right there when the confluence 90. And then my next entry is going to be maybe somewhere around here, 87,800. All right. To catch what? A trend line that we don't have just yet. All right. Yes, you might see this one. And let me just hide this everything. You might be seeing this one in here on my charts. All right. But for me, this is not a pivot. This is not a pivot. This is just the trend line that defines the inner structure. Right. So just like this trend line got broke down higher low, not a higher high, I would love for this one to be a higher high, all right? The same thing I think is going to happen here, right? Break it or do something like that, either here or here, and then create a new trend line with a more solid shape like this, all right? And then based on this trend line, we now could be having the strength to maybe do either the dead cat bounce or the breakout continuation to take previous highs. But so long, I mean, so right now I know everybody's just sick and tired of being bearish, right? And that's when I want to see people getting hurt. Not because I enjoy it, but because I think that is what, it's required.
You're so mean, man.
I'm evil. Well, when my nemesis, the pop, is dying, then only the evil can, survive. No, just kidding. By the way, pop died. The pop died. if you're into that tinfoil hat, I'm a Catholic, so I'm kind of like into that tinfoil hat. The next
The
pop,
Pope, yeah.
yeah, should be either the fake one or the black Pope, right? But there's a rumor that this Pope was the dark one or the black one, which made allusion to being to a certain branch of the Catholic Church where they use a black I don't know how they call it, you know, the black dress instead of a white one. But yeah, we'll see, man. End of times. We'll see how that plays. But other than that, talking about finances and no Catholicism, not religion, that's what I have in mind. That's what I'm expecting. I need to be bearish, all right? I need to be bearish, but I'm longing it. Why? I'm following the trend at this point, the micro trend, the inner structure. And I'm not gonna be changing that aspect until we break out, retest, and confirm a lower low, lower high. That's just it. But that's what I got, brother.
You are a legend. I think I don't know, man. I think we're going up still, man. I think there's so much liquidity above us. I'm so like, I don't know. I'm happy. I mean, my you know what looks really good right now?
What? Ethereum. I had to tell me, please.
Bro,
Oh man.
Ethereum looks good, bro.
Oh, dude. I just condemned Ethereum. Oh, is it moving already?
Bro, it's finally popped, man.
Oh, look at that.
You know what I did yesterday? I gave my crew a Solana trade yesterday. Bro, crazy. Let's look at getting into up only, okay? This is the goods, okay? So, price is running away from you. Now, the key here is how was I able to get long off of I got long right here. Okay? Uh it's understanding the environment, okay? So, when you look at the price action recently, let's go on a 5 minute, okay? What do you notice here? Okay? And you can see, you know, yesterday, pop, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Okay. But at the end of the day, the price is still going up. Okay. So when the environment is like this, and you can go back to here, it's not as bad. You see how it's not as bad? Just choppy last week over the weekend here. Choppy, 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 choppy. Okay, but we popped up over the weekend. Now we have that pump, dump, pump, dump. So, but at the end of the day, it's still going up. So, what are we looking for in here? And you know what? Yesterday I was able to get long here, and then I was done for the day. But after seeing what's been going on ever since we came up here, everybody wants to see it come down here. Okay, so this is the importance of kind of building your narrative before you trade. And then this morning, pump, dump, pump, dump. We were ready for anything that pushes up. We were looking for a liquidity grab like this. Look at this shit candle, man. This is shit, man. Like, this is like, if you got long here, great job. And then it's just like, haha, stopped out. Then it goes up again, right? Like, this is an asshole of a candle. Okay, but it's doing a job. The market wants to go this way, but it's not going to let every Tom, Dick, and Harry get long on the way up. Okay. It's not going to let you. So, what do we want to do? We want to buy the strength after the candle. Okay. So, we want it to dip down, recover, reclaim, and continue. Okay. It's a trade I take a lot of the time. So, for example, this is a shit candle. You don't buy this candle. This is just a straight up liquidity grab. But this one here, it's coming back down. It sweeps. and it's recovered. What do I mean by recovered? So when it recovers, it means that it's come back and it's held the range that it was currently in. Okay, so it's done its job, it's come back, it's closed the candle. You're not buying it on the wick. You're buying it on the close of the candle, and it continues upwards, okay? And you're doing this with trend. You're not doing this in the opposite direction, okay? So you see here, even, and I was explaining this on the live, even if we are looking for shorts, right here, blow off top, retracement, golden pocket, rejection zone. I've shown you guys 100 times, and I'll show you again. When we're in an uptrend and you are shorting an uptrend, you should expect to only capture this move. Okay? What does that mean? That means that if you're shorting in an uptrend, you need to pay yourself early to guarantee it. Because a lot of the time in this uptrend, you are not catching the top. You're catching the retracement. You're not catching the top. Okay? Understand that. You can short this thing all the way up here. And this, you're still not catching the top, right? Nice trade, don't get me wrong, but you need to expect that if you're shorting an aggressive uptrend. Just like if you're shorting right now, which is fine, you must pay yourself because the trend is your friend, okay? Now, the environment is everything. So what happens this morning, coming into this morning? We are still going up. So we are looking the sweep and the bounce, the sweep and the bounce, the sweep and the bounce, okay? So sweep, 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 down, bounce, bounce, bounce. So this morning when we came into trade, right? I don't know where this big box came from. It was very clear that we were in an uptrend. We are mitigating the highs. This is the fake out, right? So we are sweeping the highs here this morning. Beautiful sweep of the highs. So typically you look for a short. However, if we look at this candle, I got to go into the 1 minute because this was violent. Violent, okay? So it does its job. It sweeps the highs, right? But it bounces, okay? So I'm not trying to press buy as it's dying here. That's wrong, okay? But what I'm looking for is it to reclaim the range and hold. I said it on the live stream, I said if it comes back above the highs here, I'm going to go long. Okay, so what did I do? I pressed buy, right? Because of the environment, because of what's going on. This tells me the story. I should not try to fight this until I have what? A trend reversal, right? This could have been a trend reversal, retest continuation down, but it pushed back aggressively, okay? Pushed back within the range. Just like this one did, just like this one did, just like this one did, just like this one did. So why would I, if evidence is that we push back every single time, why am I going to fight it? I don't want to swim up the river. I want to swim with the river, right? That's how we should treat trading. We can't control when Donald Trump throws a rock in the river. Boom. We can't control that. But what we can do is try to swim with the river, right? We jump on our big tube and we take the lazy river. I like lazy trades, okay? This is nice and lazy, okay? So that's what we try to do. So we get in here, we have some targets, we take profits along the way, okay? So that's very important. Now, how do we get into this? Because this is not easy, right? This is parabolic, right? Look at that retest previous highs. Okay? So this is exactly where you're typically looking for a long, right where we are right now. But we are very overextended. So you're going to look for retests of previous highs. This is going to be the bread and butter on the way up, okay? All the way up, okay? All the way up. All the way up. This one was really good right here, right at the beginning too. You could take this one. Stop loss has to be good. You can take this one. Okay. You could take this one if you come back to it, right? You didn't come back to it though. Okay, so you're looking for a retest of previous highs. We're not taking this one. Why? Because price is you're generally looking for this move in here, not when you're fucking 100 feet in the air, right? You want to take it when you're maybe 10 feet in the air so you can get on the trend. Okay. That's critical. Also, chart prime, very, very useful. Order blocks. Okay. Let's rewind so you guys can see this is a very good way of back testing with the order blocks. So let's go back in here. And you'll see them populate as we go here. So just press play here. And press pause here. Let's see. Okay, so you're going to get order blocks right here. Okay, look at that. You're going to get order blocks right here. So you're looking to take your long. Stop loss below the low of the range. Continuation to whatever targets you have above you, right? And you're looking for it to go, right? So you set your trade, you take your trade, you make your money, right? Bada bing, bada boom, off you go. Okay, there's another order block. Okay, so you mark out that one. Look, you're rich already. Okay, you got another order block, right? That same trade. Stop loss below the low, right? You're looking for it to come back. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Almost, right? You create another order block. There's another one. Oh, look at that. You're rich again. Okay, there's another one above us. Oh, there's another one below us. Oh, there's another one below us. Look at that. You're rich again. Okay, there's another one below us. 2 of them below us, 3 of them below us. Oh, we might want to be careful here. But you can see how it works, right? Very easy for you guys to see. Retest of those order blocks, retest of previous highs, continuation to the upside. Okay, very easy way to jump on the trend. Another easy way is you got to get into some like really degenerate time frame dynamic reactor. 1 minute didn't even cut it here. I don't know if you guys have the 30-second. 30-second probably didn't even catch this low here. Okay, so you need to be safe. I would much rather use the market, the order blocks and the retest of previous highs. That's where you're going to make the moolah, okay? The moolah, that's what we want to make. Right now, overextended, you expect this thing to come back at least into here, okay? You go on to 15. Yeah. Your big order blocks right here. Yeah, so you're looking for this to come back into here. Beautiful move, though. Sweep of those highs, baby. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. So hopefully that helps you with getting in on the trend, okay? When it's running away from you. The key in that is waiting, okay? Right? You're not buying it as it's pushing up. You wait. You set the trap. You set your long. You take it up. You set the trap. You wait for it to come back. It's pushing. Okay, it's gone. Come back. Boom. You're in and you're good. Right? It's pushing. It's pushing. It's ripping to the upside. Oh my God, the FOMO. I'm FOMO. Oh, look, retest a previous high. Okay, I'm long. Oh, I'm rich now. Okay. So that's how I would do it. I have the most expensive trading view, yes. So, I mean, obviously I run a business, so it's a write-off for me. So I have the expensive one. I don't expect you to have that.
Yeah, I mean,
so hopefully that helps you. What?
Sorry,
Go
I
on.
just wanted to answer credit for my soul. My suggestion is start with the basic, and then increase it as you need stuff. Because the most expensive, I would say, the only valuable thing that I offers you, it is the back testing capabilities. And yeah, because other than that, well, I think the previous to the most expensive lets you run what 15 indicators or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that. And
Yeah.
you get 1 second charts and 1,000 tick charts and 1 tick charts. Crazy. You don't need it.
Yeah, it's a little bit overkill, but whatever you need actually, right? So I that's how I started. When I started teaching, I started with the free. And then I realized the free didn't fit my needs, so as I had more indicators and more stuff to teach, I went to the premium basic, right? Premium advanced,
Black
and now
Friday's the
I'm
best, yeah. You
yeah.
know you know you can buy multiple subscriptions on Black Friday?
Oh, really?
I bought 3 last year, yeah, cuz it goes up in price every year.
Right.
So I bought 3 subscriptions last year and they stack. They stack on top of each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Holy
Yeah, buddy.
shit! That is genius. I was not aware of that, man.
So this year stack them up because it goes up every year like in price.
Right. Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
That is an amazing piece of information, man. I'm gonna buy like 10 of them or something.
Nah,
I
just
don't
get
know.
like 3, man.
No kidding, man. I'm telling you, I'm a sentimental guy. By the way, right now, my antivirus, just so you know, I use System Mechanics. All right. Best antivirus package ever. And I bought like the pro stuff to clean up my stuff. And they
Yeah,
do
because
a
you're looking
promotion.
at dirty things all the time, right? You need the safest. I joke. He's married, everybody. He's married. I'm kidding.
I just got married. I just got married. All right. But no. I sort of like that. I mean, let me pause this. So, both, if you're on YouTube, come to the live classes and have the full story. And if you're here, give me 1 second because you're going to have the full story. So, that's the actual story behind it. So, guys, if you're surprised, if you think that was dirty, put a 1 in the chat. Let me read you. Oh, the other way. I use NordVPN. All right, so the point is that every single like year and stuff, I bought multiple years on top of each other, and at this point, I mean I have what 10 to 12 years still to go, so I'm not worrying about antivirus ever. I would say, right? So yeah, that's my story with that's my dirty little secret. Ah,
Beautiful.
beautiful, absolutely.
So what do you
So,
think about Ethereum? Are you gonna buy some now or what? I told you it's going to the moon, bro.
man, I actually, if you take a look at the morning market report, I went over Ethereum, and what can I tell you? Let me show you. Let me show you. All right. All right, Ethereum, Ethereum, right? Hashtag Ethereum. This is what I was saying. All right, fuck Ethereum. Oh shit. All right, Ethereum. But I needed to see it breaking through and then going back to previous weekly highs. And then the damn thing just bloop right in class time. Like, so all right. I might buy, but I already have my plan to where to buy. I'm not gonna be buying it right now. I'm gonna be buying at the breakout retest, right? I first needed to see it breaking through dynamic reactor. I mean, I need to see that, right? Or at least if it doesn't break now and then retest and off we go, I want to see something like, I mean, for the worst case scenario, right? For the worst case scenario, see something like rejection, back to support, and then big pop, right? Maybe I will try to get in here because I'm seeing, look at this, is equally or almost equally above and below the dynamic reactor. Sorry, oh man, the zero line. Come on. Looks like I am, all right, perfect, much better. This is what I wanted to do. All right, let me bring chunky candles in here. And finally, all right, we clear this up. So what we can see here is that we are creating higher lows and lower highs. So we're making a symmetrical triangle. Hey, look at that. Your favorite picture. By the way, thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by yesterday. Really appreciate it, brother.
Always, man. I try my
Thank
best, Mr. Triangles.
Oh man, it really means a lot to me. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. So we're forming a symmetrical triangle here, right? We've been so freaking bearish for so long. I mean, I think even Ethereum says, "Come on, Ethereum, right? Do something." And let's go. Let me just turn everything off and let's go to daily. All right. Let's have a peek on what we have. We finally already have a breakout, right? So I mean, the best case scenario for me would be sweep of the lows for a double bottom pattern, and then off we go. All right, that will be the best case scenario. But still, if I buy all the way down here, and let me just zoom in into the 1 hour or into the 4 hour, like we were, right? If I even buy at breakout retest or buy right here, it makes no difference to me because I'm look at that. I mean, long neck Stagosirus, Ethereum Cyrus thing, right? So
Down only.
yeah, exactly. Down only. So buying here, buying here, buying here, it doesn't make any difference for me because I will be looking for at least some important areas, right? And yeah, I think I can start calling on F Ethereum if it breaks out. But so far, it's a little hard for me because look at that. Bear market, right? Bear market previous. And we're on bear market middles. So shit, right? I mean, what other coin is it like that? OM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, OM's in the garbage, man.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, OM, I'm just going to be giving it one more week. For some reason, give some signs of life. But if not, I'm just going to tear it next to Terra Luna. Throw it next to Terra Luna. I mean, there under my eyes, there's no coming back from there is no coming back from this. Not at all. I mean, their trust is gone, the money is gone, the liquidity is gone. Nothing that the team can do will gonna bring back anything here. Not on my perspective. So yeah. Oh, I like Nickelodeon, man. Love it. Oh, see. So lower highs play out on oscillator. I noticed they kind of do. Yes, they do. I mean, you can do on our oscillator. You can do still some TA. In fact, another thing that you can do TA, which I do advise you and encourage you to do, especially you, JR, I think you're gonna like it. I think you already know this, but in case you don't, go over your RSI prime. This is a free indicator, all right? And then, oh, there you go, the Stegosaurus. And why was it removed? All right, that was an amazing one. And then go to your settings. And I like to get started with candles with patterns. All right, candle with patterns. This, for me, it is the best way to find triangular patterns, any kind of pattern, especially trend lines. All right. At this point, we have a range. I need to see that range being breaking out, right? If not, well, then just go to, then my next suggestion will go to Hikinashi. Hikinashi is great to give you not patterns, but change of trends, right? So I'm looking for, itty bitty candles like this, and then itty bitty candles at the top. But look at that, since we've been dropping from Ethereum, let me just show you here on the daily. Even there we go, since here we fall below the 0 line, right? Or the 50% line. And despite we tease with breaking it, we have not yet hit to previous reversals. So that is what I want to see with a big movement in here. And then on the retracement, that's what I want to jump in for then hit dynamic reactor. That's for Ethereum. So yeah, I do encourage you to do some special TA on your oscillators, especially on the RSI Prime. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
seeing on Ethereum. So maybe I'll buy some. Uh, do you know what I'm gonna be buying some maybe this upcoming week. Let me see how my finances are because I want to buy a little bit more of Bitcoin. I'm preparing my USDT to jump into a next entry for Bitcoin, and also my religious wedding. It's upcoming. So guys, not just
Nice.
yeah, I still need to put the down payment for it. So I'm gonna be taking a big chunk out of my BTC, the trading BTC, not my retirement BTC.
Hmm.
Just so you know. So and as soon as I do my down payment, I'm gonna be sending you guys the invitations because most likely, don't know yet. Most likely it's going to be in an all-inclusive the Riviera Maya. So the only thing that you need to do is to get here and pay your room, and that's it. You are invited for the greatest party ever. Free tequila.
Free tequila. Let's go.
So yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I think at this point, yesterday we were talking about being a little bit patient. I see you gave a very amazing entry on what was it, Solana.
Yeah, man.
Could you maybe
Solana
go
was
and look at
good.
it? Because I think at this point, this is where we're looking for retracement for continuation on altcoins. But still need to look for those entries. But would you be so kind, maybe to show
Yeah,
it
of
off?
course. I uh I got a lot of so there's a couple of things that I've been looking at. I guess I can share the goods with you guys cuz you guys get all the goodies. Looking for BTC to possibly break up here first. Not just yet though, still waiting for confirmation. Uh but let's look at Solana. Let's talk about how I found this trade first and foremost. I think that's the best, right? So for me, guys, you know what? I just showed you guys how to get in off a breakout retest of the previous highs. It works the same for long-term time frames, okay? So why are we looking up here? Well, we have very critical level here. You can see that 134 support, resistance. Okay, very simple. You don't have to be a scientist to figure this out, okay? What do we have in here? We have a beautiful retracement into this area, and you're looking for bottoming structure, right? So you have two attempts to get into here, right? And Solana, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see something that's ripping, okay, very clearly just pushing hard, you can see lots of bullish momentum in here. I want to trade that token, right? I want to get on trend with that. But we understood yesterday that we were overextended. We swept the highs. Okay, we had lost this significant level. So what do? We roll over aggressively, we bounce, and we retest that area yet again. So you get two chances to get in, and you get a little balloon dog too at the end. Okay, so you get the beautiful little schnauzer in here, and off you go. So pretty simple, but also very effective, right? That's how we want to trade, hitting our key level of resistance on the way up. So with Solana has really nice bottoming structure, but at the end of the day, Solana, if we zoom out, is in a big range. You can see my trend lines in here, but we're just in a big range. And our target for Solana is 160. Why? We take our volume tool, we pull that across. We can see right now we've come to the very top of the node here. Okay, so for me, I was uh, telling people that if we are going to be bullish on altcoins, Solana, because Solana has been leading the way, beautiful sweep down in here, push up aggressively. It needs to get above 145. Okay. Why is that? Look at how big this volume node is compared to everything else. Everything else is kind of like Mickey Mouse, it's very, right? Even here, This one's massive, right? It's got that big energy, you know, it's that big one. So watch out. Can it push onwards and upwards, right? So to reclaim that and push forward is going to be the best sign of bullishness. That's why we're looking to take it up to this area. And that's why it's probably not going to get through. Just like we showed you with 94,000 on Bitcoin, Solana is probably going to take some time to get through here, or it's going to get a lot of bullish momentum and flip it. Okay. And if we flip it, we look for the retest continuation. Okay. So that's how we got into that. We were also looking at Ondo. Geez, Ondo. All right. Ondo. Same thing. Lots of volume in here. Volume node here. Okay. We got a golden pocket retracement level. Okay. And continuation here. Bullish token. Been holding up. Everybody, real world assets, fiend for this thing, right? In the same kind of area, looking to get up to the highs here. Okay. So same deal with that trade. And a nice, beautiful move for Ondo. So just trying to play the trend and playing the momentum. I'm also looking at Injective right now. I got stopped out of this one yesterday, but Injective has pushed up. It's looking good. Caspa is looking really good too. Look at Caspa, baby. Didn't even get a retracement yesterday, trying to get up to. So the key right now, if we zoom out on all of these time frames, we zoom out. Where are we? You always got to ask yourself that question. Where are we? We're retesting the lows. Near. Where are we? We're retesting some lows. Right? H bar. Where are we? Probably retesting some lows, right? You zoom into all of these tokens. SEI. Oh, look, retesting some lows. They're all trying to get out, right? On a macro time frame, all of these things have broken down and they are trying to get above. Okay, they're trying, if this is that, right? They're all at this like big inflection point where they're trying to get out. Okay, they're trying to run away and get back up into a nice bullish momentum trend, okay? So they're all at that kind of that point where it's now or never. Otherwise, we come back down. Because with Bitcoin, it's the same deal in here, right? Sweeping the highs, blowing off the top here, right? Correction can be down to here and go. Correction can be down to here, 85,000, retest of previous highs. Correction can be either value area high or the range high. So they're leaving everybody in the dust, but don't forget, they take the stairs up, and these are some steep stairs. They're gonna take, skydiving down, and they will come for us. So be prepared for that, please. Okay? Because right now, a little bit of exhaustion, nice move up. But up only is not always the case, so be careful, okay? Are you looking at any other altcoins, OC?
Not really, just classic ones. Atom was a disappointment. Link, Filecoin is one of the ones that I want to look into it. I haven't looked to it because I didn't want to get disappointed by myself. So let's just take a look at it together. Because Filecoin it's taking Bonk out of its place. So for the second Solana token, meme coin, so Fartcoin, there it is. So Filecoin has been moving like crazy. I mean, you can see this is not that big of a deal, but since if you factor in the market cap, this is a good movement. Let's go somewhere like the 4 hours very quickly. This is my previous analysis, right? So we are into the range. What are we looking for? A sweep of the lows. what do you need to grab in here with a flip of the ribbon. If you lost it, that's fine. It's not about the breakout, it's about your retest, your entry. Off we go. All right. I was actually expecting a retracement at the top for then a breakout. Seems like that retracement did not play it out at that point. It is now above our area of entry. So what are we looking for at this point? It is on structure. So we either break back down, re-entry zones, and off we go. But we need to be above the 0 line to re-enter here. And then maybe we can do also a pennant. And if we see a pennant and we do something like that, less of a steep bounce to the downside on your oscillator, well, then you try to enter at the bottom of the pennant and try to long it as we go. So Filecoin still like on the table, not a clean break entry right now at this point. I still need to see a couple more candles. Maybe by tonight we might have an entry. Let's take a look at ADA. ADA, it's kind of like a following Ethereum, with the difference that it's not been just down only. It's just been sideways only, right? With the same pattern here, kind of like the same huge trend line in here, breakout, retest, same range. Next breakout, what I will need to see, it is another sweep of the lows here on my oscillator, and then breakout, retest, my entry, off I go. Or for the worst case scenario, which still be a good one, let me just clear everything here. Taking the previous highs, here's my area of liquidity, going above, then retest, and off I go for this empty space that I have there. So that's what I got both on ADA and Filecoin. I'm eager to take something on Filecoin. That's what I'm looking at it. I mean, the market cap on Filecoin and also the meme coin effect, I think is going to have a much dramatic push to the upside at this point. So yeah,
People love trading Fartcoin, man. Like there's a bunch of people on my Discord who love it. I'm like, what? You guys are crazy, man. It's volatile, right? It's moving.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. It is moving, and that's something that we can take advantage of. Yeah. So we're running out of time. 9:58. Let me just wrap it up, answering a couple of questions here. Especially, let me dedicate this. Where are you, my friend? Houdin GVN. I know. Now that, all right, buddy. If you're new, here Dagat, also credit for my soul. Thank you so much for answering that. We have a set of tutorials. Also, Alex did his own. If you want to follow up on the classes, you can check it out at class recordings. Take a look at Dagat DT. He did additional content. Additional content is where are important classes and also a couple of things that I upload. I do advise you to start on important classes. Then chart prime tutorials, full playlist, and then the second most important, class recordings. Because if you remember, if you read just above, credit for my soul mentioned Alex did 2 Fridays ago. So if you go to class recordings, you can track that class from 2 Fridays ago and watch it. But I usually try to put the important classes inside additional content, important classes. I also give you right there, I tag you into important classes in case you want to check it out. So after watching those tutorials and classes, note or write down all of your questions. You're gonna have a ton of questions, all right? And my advice to do it in a either Word, TextPad, or anything digital, so you can write it down. So next class, you just copy and paste your question. That way you can lightning fast ask the question, and we can go over here in the video into the live class to explain you fully with real-time examples, right? So what's happening in this market, how can you react to it, so on and so forth, how can you use it, and anything else that you want us to talk about. So that's what we're here for. Take advantage of both of us. We are your instructors. We want to communicate with you. So get prepared for the classes. We have one class every day. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have a late class. Late class is usually on by myself. So take advantage of the full picks that your premium account gets you access to. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Take care.